Welcome to Self-Care Tips. I am Irene Joroge, and we're going to continue on our journey into color psychology. We're going to look at purple, brown, and other favorite popular colors. Purple is one of the most loved colors by both men and women. It is the ultimate royal color. It can be considered superior, which is both negative and positive, depending on how you look at it. It is one of the colors that photographs well, and it gives you a lot of confidence. Wear purple as an alternative to navy blue suits, an alternative to gray and to black. In the corporate sector, purple is considered unusual. It is also considered quite creative. It works well in photographs, and it also shows that you can be a team player. Wear it as an alternative. Purple will make you stand out in quite an unusual and creative way.
Do you know you could be seated there not knowing you are the newest millionaire in town? There are billions of unclaimed financial assets held by the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority in the form of security deposits, shares, long-forgotten bank savings, pension money, among others, that are waiting for the rightful owners to claim them. And you might be one of them. To learn more, visit the 3-day UFAA Reunification Clinic from 16th to 18th December 2021 at the Savo Ballroom, KICC. Labda umeomoka na haujui. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
This could be your sister, brother, or you. Say no to gender-based violence. Say no to GBV. Protect them. Report any incident on toll-free line 1195. This message is brought to you by the Government of Kenya.
His God, neither will I let his people go.
You have not obeyed the Lord. This night, the Lord our God will deliver us from the bondage of Egypt.
Think about this for a minute.
There's nothing to think about.
For many years, for most of my life, in fact, I have been resisting the urge to take someone's life. I think it'd be easier to start at the end, which is here.
Paul, I'm not stupid.
The COVID-19 infections rate is now at 22.4%. Is there another lockdown coming? That's the big question tonight as the country witnesses an alarming rate of infections the first after the lifting of containment measures. We have details lined up for you. And also tonight, 2 weeks after the Bondo mine collapse, there's still one more person trapped under the rubble, and it appears like there's no hope just yet, as the machine that was being used to remove him from the rubble are withdrawn today. We also have details lined up for you in our bulletin tonight. Welcome to Easy Friday, but first things first, the highlights.
Is a comprehensive national seafarers training program that is designed to produce at least 4,000 suitably qualified seafarers.
Stimulating the blue economy. President Kenyatta opens the Kenya Shipyards Limited in Mombasa and orders the training of 4,000 new seafarers. Another building tumbles. A 4-storied hotel block collapses in Murang'a County, trapping workers beneath the rubble. And worrying statistics. COVID-19 infection rate hits 22.4% as 1,609 test positive for the disease.
Your usual captains on Easy Friday are John Cargo, the legendary, who is not feeling well, so we wish him very quick recovery, and Shiksha Arora, who could not make it today because of unavoidable circumstances. So for today, I'll be your captain, and hopefully they join you on Friday. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Anne Wangeshi, and my name is John Jacob Kioria. Welcome to the bulletin. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta has directed the National Treasury to liaise with the head of Ocean and Blue Economy Office to work on a comprehensive policy to train 4,000 seafarers. The policy, according to the President, should have regulations aligned to that of East African states as well as the African Union. The head of state also wants an open ship register and a ship repair incentive package for ships anchoring and passing through the port of Mombasa. The President was speaking in Mombasa when he unveiled the Kenya Shipyards Limited, a new public entity under the Kenya Defence Forces.
The new shipyard, unveiled by President Uhuru Kenyatta on Friday in Mombasa, has been touted as a game changer in Kenya's maritime history.
Ni siku ya furaha, ni siku ya kujivunia, tukiwa nchi moja kati ya chache tu katika Afrika hii yetu ambao sasa wako na uwezo wa kujenga na kutengeneza meli zao. And I think this is something we should all be very proud of.
The Shipyards Limited, according to the head of state, will provide a one-stop shop for shipbuilding, refit, repair and maintenance.
Once operational, the shipyard will help unlock business and economic opportunities within the coastal region and the country as a whole.
The president, however, decried prohibitive taxes, saying they impede the full realization of Kenya's maritime economy's potential.
Tukitaka kuhakikisha ya kwamba tumecome a truly industrialized nation, a truly upper middle income country, there is no way we shall achieve that without industrializing. Kwa hivyo, vile mimi nasemanga sana, siasa chache, kazi mingi.
To unleash its growth, the head of state has directed the Oceans and Blue Economy Office, the Treasury, as well as the Fisheries Department to formulate a comprehensive national seafarers program that will train 4,000 professions.
Furaha yangu ni kuona vijana wale wote ambao wanafanya kazi hapa pamoja na wenzao wa Damen. Na miaka michache facility hii, wale wote ambao watakuwa wanajenga hizi meli, wale wanafanya design za hizi meli, watakuwa wa Afrika, wa Kenya wenzetu, watoto wetu wana uwezo. Ni nafasi ambayo hatuwapatii.
We have currently trained up close to 150 specialized teams in various areas, including specialized welding, which is critical to shipbuilding.
He further directed the new facility to leverage on the untapped East African market and beyond.
We want an open ship register and a ship repair and building incentive package, a ship bunkering and channeling package that provides modalities for ensuring robust oil bunkering for ships, both domestic and foreign, calling on our ports and also those passing through our oceans. A fiscal framework zero rating import of fishing vessels in order to enhance investment in this subsector.
Now, to say that we have attained our goals will be misleading. There is a lot more that we need to do to continue to better the processes so that we can have a first-class shipbuilding capability.
The Kenya Shipyards Limited, domiciled in the Ministry of Defense, is the biggest such facility in the East African region and is expected to greatly cut Kenya's cost of shipbuilding and maintenance by billions of shillings. Juni Karisa Mbele from Mombasa County for the Easy Friday.
This is the second time Murang'a County is appearing in the news, and for the wrong reasons. 8 construction workers are suspected to be trapped in the rubble of a 4-story building which collapsed in Mackenzie area of Kandara in Murang'a County on Friday. According to Murang'a County Police Commander Jonathan Kiplanget, a roll call conducted indicated that 50 people were working at the construction site when the building came tumbling down, and that 8 people cannot be accounted for.
The building belonging to Sunstar Hotel located near Thika town collapsed at around 2 p.m. as the construction works were ongoing. 2 of the workers were retrieved from the rubble alive and taken to the Thika Level 5 hospital. However, 8 construction workers are suspected to be trapped in the debris.
So tuko hapa ndani ndio hiyo ghorofa iliweza kuteremka chini, but tumeweza kuokoa watu kadhaa, but kuna watu wengi bado ndani.
Wakati tulikuwa kwa kazi tulisikia mlipuko mkubwa. Wakati tulikuwa tunauliza ni nini, tukaambiwa usimfanye haraka, mwende msaidie, kuna nyumba imeanguka. Tulikimbia mahali hapa na tukapata tayari nyumba imeanguka. Tuling'ang'ana na tukaona kuna watu walikuwa karibu na usaidizi, walikuwa wanaomba usaidizi na tukamanage kuokoa wawili.
Murang'a County Police Commander Donatha Kiplagat, confirming the incident, said many of the workers had gone for lunch when the incident occurred.
Kulikuwa na wafanyikazi katika ile hoteli, wafanyikazi 43 ambao walikuwa wanafanya kwa ile hoteli, na kwamba 2 wamepelekwa hospitali, kwa hivyo wote wako. Alafu kuna wale ambao walikuwa kwa construction site ambao tumeelezwa kwamba walikuwa 58 na kwamba mpaka sasa baada ya kuchukua roll call tumeona ni kwamba 8 of them are missing.
Murang'a County Security Team has since mobilized a multi-agency rescue team comprising the Red Cross, National Disaster Management Team, National Government Administrative Officers, the County Fire Brigade, Kenya Defence Forces, and National Youth Service to help in the rescue exercise.
I've tried as quick as possible to be here to assess the situation. We have activated all the multi-agency response team and they are on the way. Very soon we are going to see the NYS here with the excavator. The National Construction Authority are also on the way coming, though the ones in this area have come. From the information you have been given, we believe there are people who are still trapped inside this rubble, and we'll ensure that we save them as soon as possible.
Ben Chumba, Easy Friday.
Time for a fast breather on Easy Friday. But of course, when we come back with more news lined up for you, including business with Karo Janga and sports with Karen Kibet. Karen Karo. That's coming up later.
Ili kupata skiza tune hii ya usiogope kumaliza mwaka, bonyeza *811*758#.
Hebu tafakari haya. Mpemba haogopi mvua ndogo, msasi haogopi mwiba, mshoni haogopi sindano. Uoga huleta hofu, uoga huzuia ufanisi, uoga hulemaza safari, safari ya ujasiri, safari ya ufanisi, safari ya... Ili kupata skiza tune hiyo ya usiogope kumaliza mwaka, bonyeza *811*758#, *811*758#.
My youth, my treasure. I will use it to positively build my country Kenya. Kenya all the way. Kujenga nchi ni wajibu wetu kama mayouth. Tujitokeze, tukae rada. This message is brought to you by the Government of Kenya.
Welcome back. You're watching Easy Friday. Kenya has recorded 1,609 COVID-19 cases with a positivity rate of 22.4%, the highest since the lifting of some containment measures on Mashijadi. Total confirmed positive cases are now 260,166. From the cases, 1,512 are Kenyans, while 97 are foreigners. 3 patients have succumbed to the disease, all of them being late deaths reported after conducting facility record audits in the month of December 2021. This now pushes the cumulative fatalities to 5,353. Over 8.6 million vaccines have so far been administered across the country. Of these, 5.1 million are partial doses, while those fully vaccinated are above 3.4 million. To some politics now, and Deputy President William Ruto has allayed fears of aspirants being shortchanged in the United Democratic Alliance Party UDA nominations ahead of a 2022 general election. The DP, who met delegates from across the country in his current office, said the party has no favorable candidates and each aspirant should hit the ground to popularize their candidature.
Deputy President William Ruto has reassured aspirants seeking to fly the party's flag in the upcoming elections that the party will hold free, fair, democratic and verifiable nominations.
We don't have a preferred candidate for any seat. Hatuna ati mtu ambaye amepatiwa ati tikiti kuliko mwenzake. Kila mmoja wetu hapa atajipanga na raia.
Ruto, who alleges that a few politicians have prided themselves in getting direct party tickets, says citizens will decide on the leaders they want.
Mtu asichukue ati picha amepika na DP ati akaenda kusema unajua sasa mimi rafiki ya DP. Kama unataka ile picha mzuri ambaye itakupatia kura, kwenda piga kura na hao watu.
These are leaders supporting the DP championed for UDA policies, claiming the party will put the interests of the nation at the forefront.
Hii kiti ya rais wa 5 haihitaji watu wavivu, haihitaji watu wanaenda retire, inahitaji mtu mwenye nguvu.
Uamuzi wa uchaguzi wa Kenya hautaamuliwa na bunduki, utaamuliwa na raia na watapiga kura.
For Easy Friday, I'm glad this is Mumbai.
In the corridors of justice, police informer Peter Ngugi has told the court of having been paid 3,000 shillings in his involvement with the police officers charged with the murder of lawyer Willie Kimani and his client. Appearing on the second day before Justice Jesila seat, Ngugi would be cross-examined by prosecution as well as the defense team to weigh the truth of his testimony.
Prosecution and the defense team will punch holes into the testimony of police informer Peter Ngugi, trying to save the truth from the whole testimony. Ngugi, who would at times appear pensive and at times outrightly speak descriptively, will be questioned on some of the names mentioned, including the name Brown, which is purported to be his alias.
aka Brown, simple.
Hiyo sijui hiyo na nasikiaga kanali wa koti akisema kitango kama.
In the hearing that was before Justice Jesse Lesit, Ngugi will reveal how he was paid 3,000 shillings for the job he had been called to do in the whole transportation process.
How much?
So was the question on a night drink with the police officers on the said night. Question on the sack that was dropped in the river, Ngugi will decline knowing what was in it. Elsewhere, a warrant of arrest has been issued against 11 people for arson and malicious damage of property. The 11 are alleged to have unlawfully set fire on the Kenya Evangelical Lutheran Church on the 22nd of October 2021 at Pangani, Nairobi County.
Their cash bill was forfeited, and it was very surprising that all of them plus the advocate could not appear before court.
Also gutted down was the Lutheran Children's Center Pangani that houses close to 14 destitute girls.
By using their money and their powers to grab the weak people, their property, it's not fair.
And these are girls which have been removed from the streets as young as 2 years old.
Police are now on the hunt for the accused after they failed to appear in court on the 14th of December. They are Moses Omondi Oluoch, Musa Karioko Burundi, Alex Machuki Morara, Michael Omondi Elisa, Halkano Mohamed Helkano, and Peter Nyamato Nyawaya. Others are Joshua Mishondo Nyambegera, Francis Gashomba Mburu, Wilberforce Oyamo Oduor, Patrick Adivila, and Evans Magata Onyancha. Serafina Robi for Easy Friday.
To another sad story. Pain has doubled for the family that is yet to find their kinsman trapped at the Abimbo gold mine after excavators aiding the operations are withdrawn. Bondo Deputy County Commissioner Richard Karani, who confirmed the withdrawal of the machinery, however, said rescue efforts by the local miners are still underway as efforts were being made to bring in specialized equipment. Karani said the excavators were withdrawn by the contractors who had left them to aid in the rescue efforts. He, however, said that the Siaya County government was making arrangements to have an excavator and a crane on site to replace the withdrawn ones. The operations have been going on to rescue Tom Okwach from the rubble by the artisanal miners using the hand efforts.
And the exercise has not been called off, it's still on. Any other person who has those machines can avail as soon as possible so that we continue with the rescue efforts at Abimbo mine.
And parties to the South Sudan peace have agreed to include the Real Sudan People Liberation Movement and the South Sudan United Front in the ongoing negotiations for a permanent cessation of hostilities. The move comes just days after South Sudan President Salva Kiir Mayardit agreed to the resumption of peace talks mediated by the Sant Egidio community.
The deal that has been struck in Nairobi now paves way for a wider engagement on how South Sudan can disentangle itself from the decades-old bane of internal conflict.
It is very important for us to keep the momentum and to underline that there's no alternative to a political dialogue. One of the most important things for Sant'Egidio is to silence the guns and to make sure they stay silent.
In 2017, parties to the peace process agreed on the cessation of hostilities, but there have been some setbacks such as inclusion of more parties and mistrust.
Integration of Soma to citizen can simply smoothen the verification of our job on the ground so that we will conduct our mandate properly, which can directly contribute to the peace process of South Sudan.
And this continued commitment, especially the political dialogue, is significant, very significant in the sense that it directly impacts public trust and confidence in South Sudan.
The conflict in South Sudan has led to the death of thousands of civilians and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of others. Yusufar reporting for Easy Friday.
Now the government has partnered with Amref Health Africa to provide mass treatment against trachoma in Samburu County. The government hopes to further reduce the cases of trachoma in the region. Details of this and other county news briefs with Yusuf Farah.
Health Africa ICARE and Trachoma Program Coordinator Solomon Muniki said community health structures would be used in ensuring many people have access to treatment.
We are covering all the 3 sub-counties of Samburu, and we are targeting everybody, everywhere with the medication.
Meanwhile, Magarini Member of Parliament Michael Kingi has called on area residents to foster good working relationships with security agencies.
Kuanzia mwanzo mpaka Tana River na beyond, kwenda mpaka baharini na kwenda mahali popote maeneo haya, tuhakikishe kwamba iko usalama. Lengo ni kuweka usalama peke yake.
This even as the Kenya Women Parliamentary Association has embarked on the training of women aspirants in Turkana County to strongly position them for the 2022 political contest.
Mama wanachangia uchumi ya nchi kwa zaidi ya 50%. Na kwa hivyo utakapomwinua huyo mama, hata nchi itapona, uchumi ya nchi itapona na community itapona.
In Mombasa, a section of squatters has petitioned the High Court to issue conservatory orders restraining a local company and its agents from demolishing and evicting them from a parcel of land they claim belongs to them. Finally, Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi says the county is gradually winning the war on HIV/AIDS.
Meru is below half of the national average. This has not happened by itself. It's because of the serious efforts that yourselves, our medical teams, and the people of Meru themselves have taken to prevent HIV and to make sure that those who contacted it are being treated.
The governor says unlike previous years, most of the deaths being witnessed in the county today are not as a result of HIV. Yusufar reporting for Easy Friday.
Do you know you could be seated there not knowing you are the newest millionaire in town? There are billions of unclaimed financial assets held by the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority in the form of security deposits, shares, long-forgotten bank savings, pension money, among others, that are waiting for the rightful owners to claim them. And you might be one of them. To learn more, visit the 3-day UFAA Reunification Clinic from 16th to 18th December 2021 at the Savo Ballroom, KICC. Labda umeomoka na haujui. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
One barrier remaining. Julius Kariuki, Peter Koech, Mark Rowland of Great Britain, the gold, the silver, and the bronze. And they just missed the world record. 8:05.51. Still another Olympic record. What a beat.
As a young boy, I was in Nyahururu, and I used to go about 10 kilometers to school, primary school. So luckily I was the bell ringer, so I'm the one who was controlling the bell. So I used to run very early in the morning and in the evening so that I can get the bell so that people can get inside the class. When you have money, you have many friends.
I hope that you're all having a lovely evening. We now take a look at today's business news. My name is Carol Jenger, and our first story tonight, the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority has attributed a complicated and expensive claiming process to the low claims rate it has been experiencing. The Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority is exploring ways of making the claiming process easier and cheaper to encourage more people to reclaim their assets. The authority holds over 23 billion shillings worth of assets, with 70% being claims on below 50,000, that is 5,000 shillings.
7 years ago, the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority has collected 23 billion shillings in unclaimed cash, 1 billion units of shares and 3,000 safe deposit boxes. Of this, only 1 billion shillings has been paid to the rightful owners. To solve this, the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority is exploring a policy change that will make the claiming process for small claims easier, seeing that over 70% of unclaimed assets are worth 5,000 shillings and below.
The smallest claim we have paid is 17 shillings. The largest claim we have paid is 85 million. Now you can imagine somebody claiming 85 million and somebody claiming 17 shillings, they all have to follow the same path. So you find that it becomes a deterrent or a disincentive for low-value claims, and they form bulk of these claims.
The Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority further plans to devolve its services through Huduma centers and sensitize more Kenyans on surrendering or repossessing unclaimed assets. To this effect, the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority has launched the first clinic that seeks to reunite more Kenyans with unclaimed assets.
We are inviting all members of the public from all walks of life and from wherever they are to come to attend to our clinic. And the unification process that is going on here, and which will be replicating across other counties in the country in the coming days, will be at no cost to them. We have so much money that has been limited. These monies belong to them. And remember that the cost of unification is at no cost, no charge whatsoever to anybody coming through our doors.
Do make your way here and make sure you claim your assets. For Prime Edition, this is Betty Kiptum.
Students will access free internet in schools under the DigiSchools program being championed by the Ministry of ICT and Education, UNESCO and Huawei. Now, noting that the future of work depends largely on digital skills, ICT Cabinet Secretary Joe Musheru said DigiSchools program will promote teaching efficiency and effectiveness, equipping learners with skills that will promote their self-employment in the future.
The Ministries of ICT and Education, ICT Authority, Huawei and UNESCO on Friday launched the DigiSchool Connectivity Project in Maragima Primary School, Nyeri County, which is one of the 13 schools across Kenya where the pilot project has been implemented. The project leverages on the government's existing 9,000-kilometer high-speed national optic fiber backbone infrastructure to connect public schools to the internet to enhance learning and teaching. ICT Cabinet Secretary Joe Musheru says the program promises integration of digital learning, giving students the necessary skills to navigate in the 21st century economy.
To ensure that no one is left behind as far as connectivity is concerned, and to ensure that all the schools are also connected to the internet so that our children become part of the digital citizenry.
Huawei Kenya CEO Will Meng said the company has capacity to use fiber or wireless microwave technologies to provide ultra-high-speed broadband to schools, even those in remote areas.
Such connections can help teachers and students find more resources, better learning methods, and improve teaching efficiency and effectiveness.
Reporting for Easy Friday, my name is Hibak Saeed.
Now, to some good news for the informal workers. The National Social Security Fund has sealed a deal with informal sector workers' unions in efforts to offer social protection to those in the Jua Kali sector. Under the deal, informal sector workers' union would mobilize social cover as well as collections from their members.
the workers are going to be put into unions that will pull their resources together and pay as one body instead of us chasing individual people in informal employment.
Make sure that NSSF is actively recruiting workers. NHIF is also recruiting workers to make sure that they are well protected and their health of the past is taken care of.
Now let's take a look at other stories. The public institutions have matured into professionalism and competitiveness in the financial reporting standards when compared to previous years. Now, even as the organizations scramble to highlight strategies to remain profitable and deliver services. Now, their clients are also, this emerged during the 19th edition of the Excellence in Financial Reporting Awards Conference and ceremony that attracted 289 entities from the public sector and 56 from the private sector.
We have seen a lot of improvement in terms of the accountability, transparency, and the manner in which these reports are published. As I speak to you today, the number of reports that have been qualified by the Auditor General on the basis of accounting on reporting have significantly reduced.
Just tends to improve and provides a good hygiene for the entire financial sector. So we're happy with this, and we're very delighted also with the participation by the public sector institutions. This time we had a record number of entries, and that has really brought in some very high level of governance, even in the public institutions. So we're very happy with that.
Of the Fire Awards 20.
Well, that is how we wrap up Business News for tonight. Karen Kibet is on standby with the sports update. My name is Carol Jenger. Have a good night.
Welcome back to Easy Friday. Let's now take a look at what's making headlines in the world of sports. My name is Karen Kibet. Now, the 9th edition of the Mombasa Open Tong Il Mudu International Martial Arts Championship gets underway tomorrow at the Aga Khan Academy Hall in Mombasa. 16 teams from various parts of the globe will be taking part in the annual event that will be graced by World Tong Il Mudu Federation President Grandmaster Takamitsu Hoshiko and former Kenya Commissioner of Sports Gordon Olwoch. 8 times champion Kenya national team, popularly known as Jasiri, will be seeking to unleash their supremacy against their perennial opponents taking part in the competition. Hoshiko has lauded Kenyan government for continuing to support the sport and anticipates a tough duel in the event that will be held in line with the Ministry of Health's COVID-19 protocols.
Nations ready to compete tomorrow for the Mombasa Open Tong Il Mudu International Martial Arts Championship title, and we know tomorrow will be very competitive for all teams because everybody wants.
The national chess coach Hag Misiko says he is optimistic that the Kenyan team, which is taking part in the ongoing Africa Individual Junior Chess Championship, will clinch this year's title after registering good performances in the first, second and third round matches in Nairobi. Elizabeth Cassidy and Don Mwirori were in action today and produced stellar performances, seeking to clinch a gold medal in the Long Week Championship, which has attracted over 250 players from 10 nations. The championship continues tomorrow with the curtains coming down this Sunday.
You know, with chess, you have to come together in order to train and learn. So with COVID-19, we've not been able to keep close together, the children and the coaches. So that, to me, is the only challenge we have faced. Otherwise, so far, so good.
Moving on, KCB secured a spot on top of the Kenya Premier League table after a 1-0 victory over 5th-placed Nairobi City Stars. Meanwhile, Kariobangi Sharks were held to a 1-1 draw by Bandari FC. 3 matches are on the cards tomorrow. Kakamega Homeboys will face Gor Mahia, while Talanta FC will take on FC Leopards. Ulinzi Stars will play Vihiga United. The 2021 Kenya University Sports Games, which have attracted teams from over 10 universities in the country, are set to kick off tomorrow at the Kibabi University in Bungoma County. The 4-day event will also be used to enlighten the youths on how to deal with life challenges.
Defending champions Kenyatta University says they are well prepared and ready to defend their title. Speaking after the team's final training session, Coach Vitalis Ojuko said that coronavirus pandemic affected their training, but said his charges are well prepared to register masterclass performance.
Since Kusa Nationals zianze 8 years ago, we have been the defending champions throughout. Na sasa sahi hata ile squad niko nayo ni mbaya kuliko ile ilikuwa je kwa mwezi wa 8.
The 4-day event will also serve as one of the ways to enlighten the youths on drug abuse and educate them on how to solve life's challenges. Daniel Mwendwa for Easy Friday Sports.
Arsenal will be looking forward to continue with their winning streak and also to fight for the top 4 positions when they travel to Elland Road to take on Leeds United, even after some matches were postponed due to the COVID-19. For Saturday and Sunday's European Premier League matches, here is our sports diary. That story will be brought to you tomorrow. Moving on, finally, Mohamed Salah scored his 22nd goal of the season, helping Liverpool close the gap on English Premier League leaders Manchester City with a hard-fought 3-1-0 win over Newcastle United at Anfield last night. Elsewhere, Chelsea were consigned to a 1-1 draw at home against Everton last night.
At the moment, and Jota's there! Wonderful save, but not at the second time. And Sadio Mane goes in, and it's going to come to Salah!
Elsewhere, in an uneventful encounter, Chelsea gave away a 1-goal lead as they conceded against Everton in a 1-1 stalemate at Stamford Bridge.
Mount right-hand side, here he is, it's Mason Mount! Yeah! There's the breakthrough! The ball as well, and it's been touched in at the far post, would you believe it?
Meanwhile, English Premier League has postponed 6 more matches due to the wave of coronavirus infections hitting Britain, but said it intended to continue its current fixture schedule where safely possible. Leicester's scheduled match against Tottenham was postponed just hours before kick-off last night. 5 more games scheduled for this weekend have also been postponed due to outbreaks at Manchester United, Brentford, Norwich and Watford. Celta Vigo will play at home against Espanyol in the Spanish La Liga. Bayern Munich will host Wolfsburg in the German Bundesliga, while in the Italian Serie A, Lazio will take on Genoa, while Inter Milan will travel away to Salernitana.
And that's your sports. Have yourself a peaceful weekend. My name is Karen Kibet. I do hand you back to Kioria.
The
Some more stories tonight. Police have arrested 4 people in connection with forgery of vehicle logbooks. The 4 are reported to be among a gang working with employees in money lending institutions to defraud unsuspecting Kenyans and financial institutions.
According to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, the thugs who have turned into overnight millionaires have built a shadowy network of hard-to-trace individuals incorporating crooked officials at the National Transport and Safety Authority. In a recent incident being investigated by detectives based at the NTSA, the Cooperative Bank of Kenya had last year financed one Gideon Kioria to acquire a lorry after making a deposit of 1.2 million Kenyan shillings. The rest of the payment was to be settled in monthly installments of 166,000. The lorry was registered under Kioria and Cooperative Bank in a well-choreographed scheme with the assistant of a top manager identified as Patrick Kimeo Mutisia. The details of the truck and ownership was erased from NTSA portal and replaced with others after the initial owner experienced difficulties in payment and his untimely death. The new owners were Frederick Kilonzo and My Credit Limited. The 4 suspects will answer to charges of obtaining credit by false pretense and forgery. Meanwhile, Magarini Member of Parliament Michael Kingi has called on area residents to foster a good working relationship with security agencies. The lawmaker says sharing of intelligence will help beef up security in the region.
Tukijenga urafiki baina ya maofisa na pamoja na jamii, hata itakuwa ni rahisi kupata ujumbe ya wale wa mahalifu ambao wanaishi katika maeneo yetu. Mimi hilo ni ombi. Naomba bwana DCC pamoja na bwana OCPD kuwe na urafiki kati yenu na community na kati yenu na viongozi.
For Prime Edition, I'm Zainab Said.
An ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi now says no Kenyan should be coerced to vote for a candidate they don't believe in. Mudavadi, who took his presidential campaigns to Murang'a, said he has the capacity to revive the economy should he be voted as president next year. The ANC leader has in the meantime challenged the media to be balanced and professional in its reporting.
We inherited a good country 10 years ago. The GDP was good. There were no foreign debts. There was employment to the youth, to the elder. Businesses were flourishing. But 10 years down the line, we are facing major challenges. We are not at the time of blaming each other. We are at the period where we need to identify a leader that can take us to another level. That's why I believe in Musalia Mudavadi, who will be able to take us to another level.
Kwa sababu tumechezewa. Hata sasa, why I'm happy to come here and launch. Kwa sababu vyombo vingine vya habari, na sitaki kutaja majina, tayari vimewekwa kwa mfuko. And they want to give the impression that this country can only be led by X or Y. They don't want other people to know that there are other leaders in this country. Because their professionalism has been compromised. They are no longer objective. They are trying to force us into a particular direction. Na ndio kwa sababu mimi nasema kama wa Kenya, as we enter 2022, we should not allow ourselves to be intimidated. We should not allow ourselves to be bullied. We should not allow ourselves to shurutishwe ati lazima awe mtu fulani ama mtu fulani. Let us choose independently.
On that very political notice, where we put a cap on Easy Friday. Thank you very much for your company. And of course, next Friday, you'll have Shiksha Arora and John Kago back on the captaincy. My name is John Jacob Kioria. Have yourself a fantastic night. And Esther Wangeshi has been our sign language interpreter on behalf of everybody who made this a success. God bless you. Good night.
kama ni mara ya kwanza sisi kuonana, usiogope nipe macho yako ana kwa ana. Hata kama ni mara ya kwanza sisi kuonana, usiogope nipe macho yako ana kwa ana. Ngoma zalia na mimi nataka kucheza, kucha kutwa nishazoea kesha, sakata rumba achilia presha, tutacheza hata kama tuna pesa. Ngoma zalia na mimi nataka kucheza, kucha kutwa nishazoea kesha, sakata rumba achilia presha, hatujui kama tutaonana tena. Kunja mifupa, kaza mshipi na tuzikwende, tukizunguka kaende kaende, tereuka kata kiuno, jionyeshe, inuka inuka, ngoma zalia na mimi nataka kucheza, kucha kutwa nishazoea kesha, sakata rumba achilia presha, tutacheza hata kama tuna pesa. Ngoma zalia na mimi nataka kucheza, kucha kutwa nishazoea kesha, sakata rumba achilia presha, hatujui kama tutaonana tena. Kuna sababu, another sleepless night in the city, another dripping hole in the ceiling. It's crowded but you're still alone. They taught you how to hide all your feelings. Kuna days you don't feel at home, na kuna days you don't feel that strong. So let Allah lift you up once more. It's your natural mystic revealing, but you never know what's waiting around the corner. Let the dreamers keep on dreaming, and if seeing is believing, open the eyes of our hearts. It's okay, it's alright, it's just a season, na kuna reason. It's okay, you're alive. What is broken can be whole again. The light will shine upon your face. Don't worry about the past you can't erase. It's okay, it's alright, it's just a season, na kuna reason. Ooh, kuna sababu, another hopeless night and you're feeling lonely, 'cause nobody seems to care about you lately. Another day to shine but you're feeling lazy. You wanna make a change but you feel like Oasis, and there's no place to hide. You're gonna find a treasure that's buried inside. Just put your feet to the side. You see how beauty can come back to life, but you never know what's waiting round the corner. Illusions in disguise as happy ever after us. Let the dreamers keep on dreaming, and if seeing is believing, open the eyes of our hearts. It's okay, it's alright, season, kuna reason. It's okay, you're alive. What is broken can be whole again. The light will shine upon your face. Don't worry about the past you can't erase. Okay, it's alright, this is the season, the kuna reason. Ooh. kuna sababu.
Tonight, I've got some of the most talented singers that I've ever heard. These guys started off their career by being, on tour with some of the biggest names in the Kenyan music industry. And here they are today with a band of their own, rumbaing their way through the charts. I'm talking about Wanavokali. Welcome. Thank you. I didn't even need to ask them to make some noise because, that's what they do best. Not just noise, but they make music. Right. So let's talk about your career. Let's talk about how Wanavokali came to becoming this music sensation. And of course, let's talk about your hit, Rumba.
Yes.
But before that, let's introduce ourselves, of course.
All right. We are Wanavokali. We are a collective of 6 artists. So we can tell you who we are.
Hi guys, my name is Ricky Gathariki.
Hey guys, my name is Chep, CHEP.
Hi, my name is Lina. And I'm Waidera with a Y.
Hello, my name is Mela.
Hello, Sam.
Okay, so as I've already mentioned that Wanavokali first came to becoming this big deal. But before that, you guys were on tour with the big names,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And then how did this happen? How did you end up, putting your love and passion for music together to becoming Wanavokali?
Okay, so we met in 2018. We were doing a tour called Safaricom Towers Live.
Okay.
So we auditioned for the tour and we got taken in, all 6 of us, as background vocalists.
Okay.
And like you mentioned, we were touring Kenya with the biggest of the brightest names in Kenya.
Right.
And we got to learn so much about performance, about Kenyan music, and we actually fell in love more with Kenyan music during that period. It was a period of 6 to 8 months. So when that tour ended, we decided, let's just get together and create an opportunity, something better for ourselves within the industry. Yeah. And from there, the rest is history.
The rest is history, indeed. So, your song Rumba, it just took it literally 3 to 4 days, and we were hearing it everywhere. I personally heard it 3 days after its release on Kenyan radio stations, and I was mesmerized. I was like, wow, this is refreshing. This is nice. Because usually you just hear 1 or 2 voices, but these are 6 powerful voices coming together, and this is the result. So that was amazing. How did Rumba happen?
Lina.
Wow, so how did Rumba happen?
Yeah.
Let me talk about how the album happened, because that is how Rumba happened.
Absolutely.
So we organized a writing camp for ourselves now when we decided that we want to work on our original music and create our music. We did a writing camp with the help and the guidance, under the guidance of Sedo, the producer. And so we did a writing camp for 1 week. We wrote songs there, whether it is a chorus, 1 line, and then developed it from there. We presented to Sedo and Dex. Mordecai from Had the Band, he was there to help us too with the writing, with the writing process. So that is how Rumba came about actually. When we were writing songs, and Waidera, Chep and I were on the side working on another song that you'll hear soon. Then Mela, Sam and Ricky were working on Rumba. And that day they were presenting it to Sedo, and I'm telling you, when they were singing that song, we stopped and we were like, what is that? Can you hear what this guy is singing? It's beautiful. It was amazing. Rumba was amazing from the word go, and we were like, we love this song.
We want to do
this song. So that is how we developed Rumba. When now they had that framework, now we developed it to being the song that it is. And we also loved it because it cuts across demographics. You see, you can listen to it, I can listen to it, my mom can listen to it, anybody can listen to it. And enjoy it. So that's how Rumba came to be.
Amazing. And the fact that Rumba happened and you guys were viral overnight almost, how did that make you feel? Did you expect it? Did you see it coming? Or you were just like, if it happens well and good? How did you take that fame, Chep?
I feel like we're still handling it. Because there are people who are still discovering Rumba. It's at 1.5 million views right now on YouTube. And it can go even higher. Like every day on the streets, people are like looking at us all, we are, and it's like, I think I know you.
I know you.
I'm from somewhere. It was very unexpected. I mean, for some of us it was. Lina will say she expected it from day one. For sure, Lina will say that. But like for me, I expected a steady climb.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Not
overnight.
Yeah, not overnight.
Yeah.
Getting played on Kiss on the first day.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was crazy, and it still is crazy.
Still crazy. Still digesting it all.
Yes.
Still sinking taking it in.
Yes.
Now you guys have recently you've launched your album. It's called Wanavokali, the album. And how's that been so far? How long did it take for you guys to put this together? And how's the experience been so far?
The experience has been amazing. I'll let Ricky talk about it because he's our music director.
Amazing. Go on, Ricky.
Great. So, Wanavokali, the album, as Lina mentioned, it happened when we were fortunate enough, or we were risk takers enough to go to South Africa a while back to represent the country in a competition known as Old Mutual's Amazing Voices Africa. The competition had 4 teams, 12 teams coming from 4 countries: Zimbabwe, Kenya, Ghana and South Africa. And yeah, we went and did the competition, and we did our singing and we did our showmanship, and we won, and we came back with some good money.
Wow.
And so immediately we came back, we knew that we wanted to set ourselves up as solo recording and performing artists.
Okay.
And so it's now, because we had access to good money, now we were able to arrange the camp, as Lina says. So we did writing camps, we went to studio, we recorded music. And so basically the album was us setting ourselves up as artists, as musicians. All the dreams, everything we've ever dreamt of since we were young kids, we could now share it as 6 artists, and we could be like, I want this kind of song, and he wants this kind of song, and she wants this kind of song. And so the album is very diverse.
Amazing.
The album is like multi-genre. It's very expressive, it's very beautiful, it's very unique and different, and we love it, and it's amazing.
Oh, lovely. That's nice. And Sam, right?
Yeah.
Sam, when I heard you sing, I loved your voice. It's very unique.
Thank you.
Right? I think it has a very unique voice.
We think he's
How long
our
have you
best
been
vocalist.
singing for? And have you been trained in classical? Because I don't know, I heard some training in your vocals. Maybe you can tell us more.
I've sung for a long time, since early teenage days, into high school. Then after high school, I probably started taking it a bit more seriously.
Okay.
Into uni, then I joined a rock band. In fact, that rock band is one that maybe helped me push myself vocally.
Nice.
Yeah. Then that was before I joined Wanavokali.
Okay.
Sorry, he forgot to say it's a rock band that just won.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to be like, wait, is it the rock band that won an Afrima?
Yes.
Shout out to Rash. Okay, so that's how your journey began, and it's just it's been onwards and upwards from there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Right, and what about you, Mel?
Yes.
Tell us about your experience, in terms of being in this band, first of all, and how you've managed to make a little space. Like, everyone has a little part that they play and what they do best.
Yeah.
What's your forte? What's your genre? And what do you do best in terms of the roles that every member has in Wanavokali?
Okay, first of all, if I was not with Wanavokali, I don't think I'd be doing music right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's so much harder doing this thing on your own. Because even as the 6 of us, we're still trying to figure out. It's not that we have it figured out completely. So you can imagine doing it alone. And having 5 people by your side, it just makes it 5 times simpler.
Yeah.
5 more minds. When you're stuck, you have 5 more ideas. When you're down, you have 5 friends. It's just the bomb on every level.
Amazing. Yeah. You guys are like
and as it is, as you're starting off, as we started off until now, we are self-managed.
Okay.
Because we're still even in ourselves, we're still figuring out how to work things out, how to break things down. So we are really self-managed. We do have our CEO here, Madam CEO, who is Oidera, who is our leader. We do have Lina, who is our finance manager.
We do have Chep, who handles social media in coordination with Sam. Lina also does communication. We do have Ariki, who is our music director, and I am the brand manager for Wanavokali.
Interesting.
So if you see us sounding nice, looking nice, posting nice things,
everyone.
because they say, everyone has their roles broken down.
Nice, that's nice.
And everyone here has gone through campus or everyone here is a graduate.
Somewhat.
And so we decided we kind of have the knowledge to do this thing until we are at a point where now we say, okay, now we can afford a manager and we can handle down the task. And even when that time comes, we know exactly what this person is coming to do. We already know, like, we are coming to do this and this and this. We just, like, we wanted to be in control, like, right from the beginning. So yeah, that's it. That's Wanavokali. That's how we roll. That's how we do.
You know, it's so nice that each one of you has a specific role that you play, and like when everyone is put together, you make this beautiful family, which I think is what we need to see moving forward, because we've seen bands come and go, we've seen bands come in the industry and then they become huge sensations, then they split, right? But like, it's nice to see that you guys are well versed with what you're doing for the band and of course for the group. So it's nice to see that you have that unity. Thank you. All right, so let's talk about money. That's one of the first things that comes to mind, especially when you're a big group like this. It can be a bit of a challenge, but obviously, since you said Lina is the finance manager, right?
Yes.
Lina, tell us.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you faced in this past 3 years, and how really have you been trying to get money on board?
Yes. So I'll talk about the money side of things.
Okay.
Wanavokali, fortunately, it has not been hard for us when it comes to finances. But first of all, I'll say you need money in this industry. You need money to push your album. You need money to shoot your video. You need money for everything.
Yes.
So let's say in 2018, we're done with the Safaricom Traweza Live. We're earning good money. We formed Wanavokali in 2019, and then we auditioned for Mutual Amazing Voices, and we emerge as the winners.
Wow.
And we win 10 million shillings.
Hey.
So, and this tax, so we win 10 million shillings, and here we are. Oh my goodness, that was a big thing for us, It
was a big push.
Yes, it was a big push. It was a milestone for us, and so financially, that really put us ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
So let me say this: after winning the 10 million shillings, we divided it into 3. We're very responsible beings.
I love it.
The first thing that we did with the money is we divided it amongst the 6 of us. There's a certain amount that we put aside and divided amongst us, just to be proud of what we did and to appreciate ourselves, because we worked hard in South Africa and won that. And then the second part of it, what we did with that is we invested it into money markets. That was CIC. We invested that into money markets. The third one, we invested it into our music. And this is what you're seeing now with the Rumba video, the beautiful video, Kula Tatu, Wanavokali, the album. This is where we put our money, and most of it went to supporting our music. So that is how it has been so far with the money. But we still need money. I wouldn't say it's enough. Is money ever enough? Anyways?
No, it's never enough.
So that's where we are financially.
Apart from being good, musicians, good singers, you guys are also good managers. You're managing your group so well. Like, you're investing. What? They just put it in like stocks and stuff, and I'm like, wait, what? In money market? Like, I wouldn't ever imagine that. The first thing that I imagine is that you put your money, number 1, into yourselves, as you said, split it amongst the 6 of you, and number 2, into your music. You also had a third category, which, bravo.
Thank you so much.
Learn. If you are an aspiring singer, if you want to be a part of a band, learn. This is how I feel like we need to be thinking, progressive thinking, in terms of apart from being musicians, you're also businessmen and women and entrepreneurs. So how do you get back that money? It's by investing. It's absolutely amazing. Right, so let's talk about your dreams, your aspirations as Wanavokali. What are some of the things that you want to do moving forward? I ask this question to all my artists, and they keep telling me, we want to have a stadium and we want to be able to perform for thousands and thousands of people. Is that in your bucket list?
I mean, I think the number one thing is we want to live sustainably. We want our art to pay us. and to be able to earn steady incomes. What Lina hasn't told you is, as much as yes, there's money, we're trying to reach to a level where we can establish ourselves. And of course, there's 6 of us. So dividing that income is a problem. Tuko wengi, because you can imagine it's not the same as if you are earning that money by yourself. So definitely want to reach to a level where we are earning, we're not just visible, but our fame can also bring money to our pockets. Yeah.
Profitability.
Yeah, profitability. You want to earn money. And of course, there's the artist dream of you want to perform in big stages, in stadiums, win Grammys. We're coming for all of it. We want all of that. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yes. Just a question: are you all full-time, at Wanavokali, or do you have other hustles?
No, we are full-time.
Full-time.
But however, musicians. But however, we do allow everyone to be able to pursue
whatever they want to do.
Something else you want to do, as long as you're doing it working around Wanavokali's schedule.
That's amazing.
Because if we couldn't, some wouldn't be able to sing in Rush Band.
And get an Afrima.
Yeah, but we're all doing things in the realm of music.
Okay. Yeah. Love to hear that. I mean, it's nice to know that, aside from being full-time musicians, like, you have that flexibility where you're allowed to do other things as long as it's in music. And I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like music is everything for you guys, right? Yes.
First love.
First love. Has it always been this way, or did you guys have other full-time jobs before 2018?
Actually,
there's a story. There's a story.
Because I am a journalist.
Oh,
yeah.
KBC.
Hire me, news anchor. Yeah,
You've got a great voice for news.
Thank
I feel like
you.
And a great body, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
And a great mind.
Oh wow, amazing! Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, so I used to be a journalist. I worked at different TV stations.
Wow.
But now music is what I love. I'm passionate about music, but I would want to pursue it again. I want to pursue journalism at some point again.
Amazing.
Go back to the screens and present news. I love news presenting.
Amazing.
Yes.
She's coming for my job.
Yeah. Coming for you.
Let's cut that topic short. So, the fact that I feel like you guys really enjoy each other's company and you really enjoy working together, right?
Yes.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why you've been able to maintain this so-called relationship stroke musical marriage? Yeah? Tell us.
Definitely.
Mel.
Yeah. Without a bond, without a link, then there can't be cohesion. There can't be friendship. You can't work out anything in any relationship, basically.
Absolutely.
It's friendship, romantic, family, comes to business, same thing.
You need to have a bond to share that relationship.
Actually, we are happy that we actually started out as friends, because when we were doing that Taweza tour, we came in as strangers, like nobody knew anyone
then you
before.
bonded over.
And then after we were picked and then we were traveling together, most lunch times we were like, tumejipata kwa meza moja. Okay, fine. We're hanging out. Oh guys, I don't know who's playing at Nyamama today, can we go later on? And then our bond just grew and grew, and after it all, if it were not for that friendship, then Wanavokali would have been born.
Amazing.
Because of missing each other, and we were like, gosh, guy, nasikia kukuona pia mimi. So when we get together, we're like, okay, we are friends, but we're also musicians, so we try and even sing. And that's how we started doing covers, and that's even how Wanavokali became, because of friendship.
Oh, love it. Sam, tell me about your career as well. Like, what role do you think is more important to you in terms of music? Do you think that when it comes to rock, that's your thing, or do you think that this is your thing? Like, where do you place yourself?
Balance.
Tell us about the balance. In fact, it's very important in everything, right? Yeah, so whatever you do, how do you get the balance?
Just work around schedule. Just trying to make sure schedules don't collide.
Okay.
But I'm free to be in Rush, and Rush is allowing me to be free with Wanavokali.
Nice.
So it's like two jobs.
Yeah,
just have to
balance the two.
Time,
And speaking of schedules, it's interesting that you brought that, because I want to know how many hours you guys practice in a day. I want to know how much do you bond with each other on a day-to-day basis. How often are you guys around each other? Tell us.
We spend a lot of time together. At least I can say that. Actually, right now we've just come from like a 1 week hiatus where
You took a break.
Yeah, we took a break. I was like, we need to sleep for a minute. And now this is the first time us guys are meeting in our and that's why we are so chatty every time we come to the group. And so us guys spend, like, we can't even, okay, yeah, we do meet and rehearse and do whatever, but anytime us guys together is basically just pouring our hearts. Even just me sitting next to this guy, they know what I'm going through. He has just come from doing this. So us guys, our anytime we spend together, we'll sing, we'll chill, we'll talk about relationships, we'll talk about heartbreaks, successes. And then the funny thing about us is that we all go through almost the same kind of
ups and downs. Highs and lows.
Highs and lows. If someone is high, we are all high. If someone is low, we are also all going. Wait a minute. But we've been bonded in a very beautiful and weird way. And
that's nice.
Even on the days that we don't meet physically, we talk a lot online.
Your group chat must be lit.
You don't say.
If you miss out on it, it's like
500 messages.
One daily. Every hour, unaingia yani hakukosangi new message.
No, I love it.
That's what like the continuation. That's why we're always like continuing to, run the company, making decisions, even when we're not there. 4 people are there, that's enough consensus. They decided on something, just join in it, and that's how we run. We are always in communication, always.
Love it.
Even if you're not on WhatsApp, una text you, please ingia kwa group.
And I'm sure she does that.
Yes,
communication is key
in
any aspect of life, in terms of work, in terms of personal life, in terms of whatever you do, you need to communicate with the people around you, the people you work with, the people you're in a relationship with. It's very important. So I'm glad to know that you guys have that constant communication, and as a result, here we are, which is absolutely amazing. Chef, let's talk about social media and how important it is to build a strong brand on social media. I'm sure when you're pushing Rumba, social media had a big role to play, because when one person shares it, the next person watches it, and so on and so forth. And you got tremendous feedback and tremendous support from such big names. They were sharing the video, they were sharing the music, and I love to see it. That's why I think I also stumbled upon it after listening to it on radio, and I was like, wait, this is the song I heard on radio, and here it is, people are sharing it. So I went on YouTube and just wanted to listen to it more and more. So do you think that is one of the reasons why Rumba became this huge deal?
Definitely. And even before Rumba, let me take us back to when we were doing covers. When we founded the group, we founded it on July 1st, I think. July
2019.
Yes, July 1st, 2019.
Wow.
So we went to right here, Kenya National Theatre. We sat down, we did a cover of Nameless Salary, and we said, okay guys, let's open an Instagram account. Opened it and posted it, and then Nameless saw it. We tagged Nameless saw it. Nameless reposted it, and we got 2,000 followers on our first day. On our first day. It was crazy. So every time we did a cover, an artist would repost. I think the next one we did was Nyashinsky, Malaika. Nyashinsky has mad followers. So he reposted it, we gained like a bunch of followers. And it's always been like that. Like our fan base has been largely online.
Amazing.
So we did the competition in South Africa, Old Mutual's Amazing Voices. Getting people to vote was so easy, because like you just share, you're telling people, these are the directions, this, please help us. One person votes, shares, you tell people to share, your family is sharing, your friends are sharing, and we got like so much support. It was overwhelming. Rumba the same. Rumba, we got influencers.
Everyone's just posting
huge, because this is something they've never seen, they've never had. I mean, it was like,
different.
It's different, and everybody was loving it. And so like social media has really helped us out a lot.
Also to add on to her point, which I think she should actually talk about, is how strategic we were in engaging social media influencers, and please say
yes, tell us more.
Sponsorships. Okay. Why are you opening your eyes like okay. So we definitely knew that there are certain people who will talk about something and people will listen, right? So when we were sharing Rumba, when Rumba came out, we gave it to people who have voices like Rono, and musicians. Bensoul, Nameless, people who just Njugush, who has always support. Njugush, I have to shout at Njugush because our staff, you know, like willingly and without even us asking. So I think people seeing it from influencers like them are like, okay, if they like it, you know,
there's something there.
You know, I should look it out, and that's a strategy that we really employed.
Okay.
And I think people should also look into, not to toot our own horn, but
I mean, I like that, you know, you're sharing these tips out here because it's very important that, you know, not just be selfish at the end of the day, because we're just like, I feel like everyone's growing, right? We're all growing, and the fact that you are willing to help other musicians or trying to break through, it's a big deal. So kudos on that. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure you really appreciate that as well, you know, because at the end of the day, we just want the Kenyan music industry to shine. And we want to win those Grammys as Kenya. Yes, it's very important. Waidera, I have a question for you. You know, when we spoke about these awards, you said you won a competition and you know you won this, and like, do you think that these awards really help to grow your brand as well, or do you think that these are some things that just happen by the way? And
first of all, they give you validation.
Yes,
it's rewarding. Exactly, it's rewarding to see that people recognize what you're doing and can award you, and they give you credibility as well to your peers, to your audiences. Like, people put you at a certain level when you win awards. So I believe they're important.
They help.
They really are. Yes.
And also another thing that I wanted to talk about is breaking into the music industry, because you know you said that online was really instrumental in your success as well and in your fame. Do you think it's easier to break through into the industry as a band stroke group rather than as a solo artist?
I'll say, maybe speaking from the perspective
I'd love to hear your
and all
thoughts
of
on
us have come from a background of solo artistry.
Okay.
When I was a solo artist, I would say it was much harder to break through than with a group.
Okay.
Yeah, because like we said, we also didn't say that we created Wanavokali to have a support system. Even just having that emotional support, people who understand what you're going through, people who understand how hard,
because they're going through the same thing.
Exactly. Like, we're all on the same mindset and we're all working towards a common goal. And 6 heads is better than one. Yeah, but not to say that you can't make it as a solo artist. But from my personal experience, it's been a bit easier doing it with Wanavokali than doing it alone.
Fair. Because you know, people have this perception that when you are a solo artist, it's easier to break through. And I feel like
it's hard all this.
Because okay, look at the number. Let's take into consideration the number of bands that we are right now, that there are, compared to the solo artists, right? So every single person, I feel, is each for their own. Something that they say. Each their own. Exactly, right? And that's how I feel like this mindset has become, because to break through as a group stroke band and to make it and be successful, it's not many people who actually manage to do it. Right?
But those who do, like, if you see like Sauti Sol have become like the most exported.
Heart the band as well.
Heart the band. If you see like even what they're doing with Soldier, if you look at Bensoul and Viri, they're kind of still pushing the group concept. And you can see how far and how fast they have moved in the industry within such a short time. Same to us. We feel like the time it would have taken me to do all those things has been cut by 6. Literally. By me being discovered 6 years later has taken just 1. By me, you know, like, we have even cut our time just by working as a group.
Amazing.
I can also add. I think what this Kenyan industry needs to also learn is collaboration.
It's important.
It has really helped us a lot, because all of us over here, we all have networks. Each of us have networks, and you take advantage of all those networks, and that's really helped us to push our brand further. And even when working in other gigs, as in, if we should all help each other to go forward as we all support each other.
As I said, the common goal is, to push the Kenyan music industry. And I feel like there's been a revolution these past few years, because we've seen people talk about it. We've seen there's been people who've been actively talking about how Kenyan, radios don't play as much Kenyan music. But now we see that it's happening. And I feel like we still have a long way to go, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we will definitely reach somewhere where I feel like even Nigerian music artists will appreciate our music and they'll be playing it on their stations. Right?
Looking forward to that.
Exactly. It will happen. Because I feel like at the end of the day, we need to remember that it's Kenya first, everything else secondary, right?
We cannot win if our country is not winning.
Yes.
People out there are not saying Kenya is the bomb.
We're not
doing
Who are some of the artists that you'd love to collaborate with? Since now we are talking about collaboration, who would you love to collaborate with as Wanavokali?
You don't say.
There's a list. It's fine. You can give me 5.
Everyone has their own.
Okay, fine. Let's start. Who would you love to collaborate with?
Sauti Sol.
Calligraph.
Beyonce.
In Kenya?
Oh, in Kenya. Sorry, I didn't know it was Kenya. In Kenya. In Kenya. Did you say Nyashinsky?
Yes.
Oh, Calligraph. Oh,
Octopizzo.
Okay, mine was Nyashinsky. Let's see. I think right now either of the groups that is blossoming, I would say either our Cardinali.
Okay.
Or
Matata.
Matata. I love Matata. Yes.
Also Solgen.
What about you? It's a long list.
Yeah, it's a long list.
Okay, name your top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Nyashinsky, but Nyashinsky is because we worked with him as background vocal.
And we love him.
He's an amazing artist, and it would be iconic full circle moment if we did like a featuring whatever with him. Sauti Sol, of course, because I think they are really holding the industry and trying to push it as far as
on their shoulders.
Yeah, for sure. And who was the other one?
You tell us.
The other one.
I'd like someone soulful, maybe like an Eric Wainaina, maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, Nikita Hayes.
I was just going to be like, why did no one say Nikita?
That's the first female we've mentioned.
Yeah,
for sure.
But there's Fena too. Fena.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So you've heard, if you're watching, Nikita, Sauti Sol, Nyashinsky, Calligraph, Octopizzo, call them. Right? Yeah. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to ask you to give, advice, because you mentioned very important things. I've learned a lot from you guys, and I feel like there's still a lot more that, you can say and you can give that very golden advice that people need right now, in terms of inspiration, in terms of breaking into the industry, in terms of what to do and what not to do. So you can just give me your top 3 tips on how to become a successful band stroke group.
Everybody's going to give the...
No, you can just give me... we can start with
I can say what I've learned from Wanavokali is I've been in the industry for 6, almost 7 years now, and you think you know, but I think being okay with the fact that you don't know things and being okay with reaching out. If you don't know something, ask for help.
Okay.
I've realized that's very important. Don't have an ego and think that you'll just figure things out. Sometimes you don't, and sometimes someone else knows something
that you don't,
which is almost often always. So ask for help, reach out. Even if it's through a DM, just try and seek help where you don't know something.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What about you, Lina?
For me, I'd say trust the process.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not easy and things won't turn out as you expect them to, but just stay true to the cause and be real and just hold on. Be patient. Be patient and believe in your dream. Why were you doing it in the first place?
Right.
Even like when we formed Wanavokali, why were we doing it in the first place? Sometimes maybe a song has not performed as you wanted it to. Are you going to give up and say, I'm done with music, goodbye?
Yeah.
Or you're going to learn from that, also learn from such lessons? Are you going to learn from that and pick yourself up and dust your shoes and say, you know what, I'm going to rock it on stage? Or you're going to stay back and sleep and cry about it?
No.
So always learn from such lessons. Another important thing that I learned was marketing. Marketing is important, especially when you're doing music. Yes, you can be a very amazing musician and singer, and you have this talent and your music is amazing, but if you don't market your music, as we're talking about social media and these promotions, then your music won't make it out there, and it will just be there, and you're the one who knows the songs, and you're an amazing artist. So also invest in your marketing, invest in your craft.
Invest in your craft.
Yes.
How about you, Mel?
I would say be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Be authentic. No idea is too small or too trashy. Even when it doesn't make sense to you, it's coming from you, a human being, and I'm a human being. And so trust me, it will resonate with, even if it's just one person.
Amazing.
And that's why it's coming from you.
Yeah.
You're the source. Give it out. It's not yours. We are givers.
Gems. Honestly, like I've learned a lot again, and I feel like it's just so nice to listen to people who are so passionate. Like I can just feel the passion, and I wish you all the very best in your future. Best of luck, and I know there's a lot more to come from Wanavokali, and we are here for it.
Thank you.
Waiting to shake that. Wait, before we leave, we're not done. We need to sing. You need to perform for me. So we've got a new album.
Yes.
Right? Wanavokali the album.
Yay.
And we've got a song that is, kind of gengeton, which I love it. So maybe we can hear an unplugged version right here, right now.
Yes.
Yeah? We ready?
Yes.
Ni wakati wa kuachilia mambo ya kazi. Mimi huyo nishaitisha taxi. Kuna kitu kwenye hewa tonight. Haya basi, tunaenda wapi party kwa nani? Kuna drinks ama nipite mastani? Kata shika kata nuka tonight. Location iko set, mzinga ziko check. Madem na maboy wamekuja kuflex. DJ yako fresh, mabedi wana sell. Kadi tumeshuffle anytime ya kuplay. Kula tatu, kula tatu.
Kicheza ngome ya poka.
Kula tatu,
kilisha tatu tu ya joka.
Na makeki.
Kula tatu,
Matusi blengi.
mewa tatu.
Nakahatu.
Mara tatu.
Baby kula tatu.
Kula tatu, kula tatu, kula tatu. Game imefika wapi? Nani anacheza, nani anaweka kadi? Ishikai my guy. After he round sitatiweza walai, but the night is young, bado for me na die, and the vibe is right, alright. Meanwhile, mziki imeshikana, watu wanawika, ngoma za Wanavokali. Location iko set, mzinga ziko check. Madem na maboy wamekuja kuflex. DJ yako fresh, mabedi wana sell. Kadi tumeshuffle anytime ya kuplay. Kula tatu, cheza game ya poka. Kula tatu, tu ya joka.
Na makeki.
Kula tatu,
Matusi blengi.
mewa tatu.
Nakahatu.
Mara tatu.
Baby kula tatu.
Kula tatu, kula tatu, kula tatu, kula tatu.
I hope you've enjoyed it as well. The hashtag is Easy Friday. We see you, we feel you, we appreciate you. Hope you had an amazing Friday night. See you next week, same time, same place. Good night. This is Shiksha Aurora signing out.
Jumapili hii kwenye runinga ya KBC, ungana naye Askofu Michael Wanderi wa kanisa la Christian Foundation Fellowship Kiambu kuanzia saa 1 hadi saa 2 asubuhi.
Ningetaka nikwambie, our Jehovah God, because the Bible says he is the same yesterday